recording.
Test. No, just kidding. I already tested. I know how much you love that, though.
I do.
Yes. Oh, new intro music here.
Cue. Boom.
Oddities. Stay strange. It's so good. Shout out to Kyle Head Music. It is one of my very, very dear friends. It's her fiance. And he does brilliant work, so you should check him out. Kyle Head Music. We have him linked in the description
down below
as well. Yes. It's spooky and fun and funky and fresh.
So thank you, Kyle. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Kyle. We appreciate it. He was super patient, too.
Yeah.
And he gave us a bunch of different variations and snaps for Kyle. Right. Anyway, welcome back to Oddities. I'm Cassie.
I'm Kelly.
And welcome back to Strangetown. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, along with Kyle's information in the description, we also have links to our Patreon. If you'd like a bonus episode every week, donate to our show. You could do for as low as $1 bill or equivalent in whatever your currency is. There's also, fun links to our merch shop. You should check that out. All of our social media, we're blowing that shit up.
Like every
6 days
day.
a week. Yep. And our email's in there too. If you want to send in a description. Oh my God.
A listener
send
story.
in any
or topics.
a listener story, or even just topics. We also get them from you a lot on social media, so that's good too.
Also,
and,
our website's there.
Our website.
All of what we just said is in our website. So if you want a one-stop shop, it's there.
A single-stop shoppity-droppity.
Ah, I like what you
Some
did there.
might say. Thank you. So how's my birthday?
I'm good.
Are you thirsty?
I'm thirsty. I'm really not sorry I did that.
I'm old Greg.
No, I'm doing good. I went and had dinner with my parents last night. It was my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday, Dad.
And then I spent 2 hours driving home because of traffic.
Motherfuckers.
You know what? I have to have a small rant here. Why can't people read signs?
Dude, big time.
I don't understand.
Or go back to fucking driver's ed. Some of the shit that I witnessed, I'm like, this is incredible.
Yeah, I don't understand.
And listen, that's not me saying that I'm like world's best driver, because I'm for sure not. But also, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I have questions. But at the same time, literally, I was like, okay, I'm almost home. And I mean, I know how to get from point A to point B, especially from my parents' house to my house. But a lot of the time, I will have the GPS up for traffic reports and my ETA, right? I was 20 minutes from home, and all of a sudden it went from 20 minutes to 40 minutes.
Oh no,
and
there
I'm
it
like,
is.
Are you kidding me?
There it is. When you know, you know.
I was so like, no.
You're like, we could walk and make it faster than this.
I was like, my bed is so close and so far away at the same time.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
I was so upset. No.
Bummer, dude. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I made it, finally. And I
Good
couldn't have gotten into bed faster.
No, you were just like, whoop, that's it. That's, it's like become my... excuse me. It's become my go-to that, like, anytime I leave the house, within 5 minutes of getting home, I get in my pajamas. It doesn't matter what time of day it is.
Yeah.
Immediate pajamas.
Comfort
or
clothes.
Something similar to what I have on today, which is, strictly loungewear. I can't have normal clothes in this house.
Leggings.
Like stretchy pants and big ass sweatshirts.
Yep. I have to be comfy.
Yeah, like
Yep.
I need to get, and also I just need to get the filth of the general public off of. You put that tiny hand away.
I can't. I have to say something
Okay.
funny for a minute here. Yesterday, I was in our messages, and did you have your Fitbit on your ankle?
Oh yeah, I wear it on my ankle because it tracks my steps better.
That's so logical. It makes complete sense.
Did you think I was under like house arrest when I
I
sent
was
that
like,
picture?
why does the shoe look different on that side?
Yeah, it's my fit. It tracks my steps
I was
better.
so confused.
Yeah, I have like a little I bought these really cute like sort of elastic bands for it so you can just make it bigger,
Oh,
smaller, whatever.
I like
Yeah.
that. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks a bunch.
So, you know what? I'm gonna have to let Michael know about that
Yeah, big
because
fan.
because when we go to Disney, he pushes the stroller the entire time. Mama
Oh,
don't do that, and it's not because I don't
no.
want to or don't offer. He just does it, which is very
We
nice,
love that.
you know.
Yeah.
But one day, he's like, "I have had more than 8,000 steps today," and it's because he's got his hands on the stroller. It's
Exactly.
not tracking. Makes sense now.
I walk a lot. I have like a little desk treadmill thing, and I get a lot of walking in during the day during work, and it helps me keep my sanity. But I was like, I hold on to my desk when I'm walking so I don't fall off the fucking thing. And then I was like, I'm gonna put this shit on my ankle.
That makes sense. I like the way you
Yeah.
think.
So thank you. I know that technically I think there's supposed to be like reading just shifts in movement and it'll register it as a step, but I just like don't trust it, and I have noticed a difference. So
Good for you. Anyways, that was very random
thank you.
tangent. I apologize.
Surprise! Now we know. Case closed. That's it. um. So yeah. So my best is good.
Yeah, I'm good. How's my bestie?
Your best is good. I have big plans today. We've been feeding. Stop it with the tiny fucking hands. Oh my god. We've been feeding. We're going to make our own gluten-free sourdough bread. We've been feeding our starter for a week. It's ready. Today is the day we're going to prep our dough, and tomorrow we're baking the shit out of that. And we're baking it in our Dutch oven. Dutch oven sourdough,
You're
motherfuckers.
going to
I'm
be
so
doing some
excited.
stretching and pulling.
You better believe it. You better fucking believe it. So,
Our listeners
um,
don't know this, but I am just fucking with Cassie right now with my tiny hands.
she's wearing tiny little hands. If you don't know what we're talking about, go
You need
check
to
out one of
go
our latest
subscribe to the
Instagram
Patreon.
posts. Yeah, that's what you really need to do. So that's on my docket for today. I'm also going to polish up my speech for actually the my friend Alex,
Ah,
her fiance Kyle, who has done our wonderful new intro for their wedding. I have my speech pretty much ready to go, but I'm going to polish it up. Going to do a little, little rendition for Corey, see what he thinks.
very nice. I want to hear
Thank
it.
you.
I was like,
What's funny?
I want to hear
What's
it. And I
funny
was
is,
like,
is
don't do
I
it on here though.
no, I'm not going to do it on here. They're listening. They listen
Yeah,
to
I
this
know.
sometimes.
I was like, that's why. Don't do it.
I'm not going to say it on here, but yeah, I wrote it one night actually when I couldn't sleep and I was just laying in bed, and then I was like pissed because I couldn't sleep, and I was like, well, I got to do something, and then it just like came to me, but I haven't looked at it since, and it's been about a month and a half, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check this shit out.
Part of your speech came to me like that.
Really,
Yes.
it was a good speech. You did a great job.
And I didn't
Um,
cry like I thought I
and you
was.
didn't cry. Well done, you. Actually, I don't think anybody cried at our wedding the whole time. My parents didn't cry. Corey didn't cry. I didn't
I
cry.
cried.
You didn't cry. You cried?
Oh, there was small tears during your ceremony. I kept my shit
Well,
together, but
because that makeup was bomb, so you didn't want to wreck that shit.
no, she did such a good job, and she was going
She
to
did.
pop during
She
that.
was going to have her baby in like 3 seconds. She looked wonderful, and she was wonderful.
Yeah. You know what? I still talk to her.
Do you? Because she won't answer my messages. I feel like she hates me.
No, she says really nice things about us. There's like a few things that like she'll post and I'll say something nice to her about it. And then she's like, you and Cassie were such wonderful people.
Well, then why the fuck didn't she ever post our shit on her Instagram?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Actually, you know what? I'm really offended by this because none of my vendors posted anything about our wedding. And they always post other couples' wedding shit, and it fucking
I don't
bothered
remember
me.
her taking photos of us.
She may not have. She was super pregnant. I'm not holding it against her. All the other ones, though, I'm pissed at them.
Rude.
I'm just saying. I was like offended by that. I was like, damn, did like we not look as fly as I thought? And
No,
was
we
that
looked
wedding not
freaking
as good as I
phenomenal.
thought? Yeah,
Also,
but
there was just two of us.
yeah,
Yeah.
but we looked great.
Anyways.
So, anyway, sorry. That aside, what was I saying?
Speech.
Oh, we're making bread. Oh, and the speech. I'm gonna polish that up, and then we have hot plans to work on taxes tomorrow.
Adulting.
Yay, adulthood. So, that's we're going from bread making to taxes, which will probably mean we're losing bread. See what I did there?
Oh no.
I'll see myself out. Bye, everybody. Stay strange. See you later. Bye. 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 Yeah. So it's been a wild fucking week once again.
But you know what I have to say? You do have your glow back.
Am I back? I'm
You're
back,
back.
bitches.
You're doing a lot better this week than you were last week. I like have to say.
It's funny what one decision can do for a person.
Yeah.
You know.
It really is. That
Um.
is. It's like
Yes. Yes. I'm feeling better. We'll get into it more maybe at a later date, but things are going to be good, I think, and
things are gonna be
happier.
great.
Yeah. So, damn, I'm a yawny bitch today. I'm sorry. I didn't sleep very well. Corey has been snoring.
You got to get those earplugs.
I got to get the earplugs. It made me think of our conversation though,
The pillow.
and the pillow. I was like, it would be so easy right now. You know, you just got the hand there. Oh my god, you're editing. You're gonna have to edit the shit out of this. So, anyway, friends, yeah.
I'm sorry of the snoring. You do need to get the earplugs.
So yeah. Anyway, I thought to myself last night, it would be so easy to club him with a bottle or to suffocate him with a pillow, but then I didn't. So I want us to admire my self restraint.
I am proud of you for not harming
Thank
your
you,
husband for snoring.
thank you. But you know, I thought about it. Um,
Yeah, it happens. When you're
you
sleep
know,
deprived, it happens.
dark thoughts happen. I'll have to say, Donut snores a lot too. She's just like,
Do you know who snores really loud in my house?
who's that?
Our tiny ass cat Prim.
Does she
You
really?
know what? She is the tiniest thing, but she's the loudest thing.
Snick used to snore a lot.
So Michael, goes to work earlier now. And when he goes to work, I go lay back down for like 30 minutes because it's my me time.
Because you can, yeah.
And she will proceed to throw a tantrum for 20 minutes. Just meow over him
Because you're
leaving.
laying down?
No, because Michael
Oh,
left.
oh. Wow,
And
okay.
she's angry. And I'm like, I have to yell, Prim, come. And she will come. And she will lay in his spot. And then she proceeds to just snore. So loud.
Donut needs a fucking CPAP, I swear to God.
Oh, dodos.
For her little snooter.
Oh, it's such a...
Because it's just like,
Oh, no.
it's so bad. It's so bad.
You're
She's
surrounded
just a
by
tiny
snores.
I almost got up and just went and slept in the guest room last night. I was like, fuck all you. I'm out of here.
I wouldn't blame you.
I mean, I could.
Yeah.
When I had COVID and I slept in there, like to stay away from everyone. And by everyone I mean Corey and our pets.
Yeah.
But like I slept phenomenally.
You know what? Maybe you need to.
I think maybe tonight I'll just go ahead and do it. Just have myself a little camp out. Bye.
Mama needs rest.
Mama needs some sleep. It's been a rough 2 weeks, but
Yeah.
all that, all
All
that
that
aside,
aside.
should we? 18 minutes strong. Should we go ahead
And
and?
that's why it'll get
It's not
cut.
gonna.
Anyways.
That's why it'll get cut. Should we go ahead and get this party started?
Yes.
Yours is short. You said very short.
Yeah,
So are we
it's very
wanting? I
interesting.
started last. I started. I think the last couple times actually.
Yeah, I know you started last time. So,
Take it away, bitch.
all right. Well,
Let's
I'm
do it.
talking about a, in quotations, cursed grave. Is it
Ooh,
actually
cursed.
cursed? I don't know. But she wanted to curse people, I can tell you that much.
Oh,
That
I
was
love that
very much her
energy.
intentions. She hated people.
Wow. Maybe I'm this person reincarnate.
So, I am talking about Mary C. Dolencie.
Okay.
So, she was born in 1908, I believe, and she died in 1985. And she lived in a subdivision called Whalingport in Cape Cod.
Okay. Oh, what a vibe.
She hated
Okay.
everyone there
Oh, less of a vibe.
because
You know what?
they
Maybe
hated
I
her,
am this bitch. Why?
allegedly.
Why'd they hate her? Why did they allegedly hate her?
Because she cared for the animals in the area. She fed them, she looked after them, and people saw her as a nuisance because of this.
Can everybody just get a fucking life? I
Yes.
mean, really, can people just get a fucking life? Incredible. All right. Well, I'd
She
hate those people too.
she lived alone. She was known as an eccentric character and rubbed the
Same.
neighbors the wrong way.
You know what? She seems great.
Yeah.
Oh.
Upon her death, she had this inscribed on her tombstone.
This is so petty. I can't wait.
May eternal damnation be upon those in Whaling Port, who without knowing me have maliciously vilified me. May the curse of God be upon them and theirs.
I fucking love this woman. She's like, you know what's the ultimate power move? Throwing a fucking curse on everybody who was a hater. I love it. Fantastic. No notes. A triple plus. 1000%. Gold star.
This was on the back of her beautiful headstone, a very large headstone, because that was
Oh, she
quite.
put it on the back.
Yep. The front of
Okay.
it was just her name and the year of birth, the year of death. That's it.
And then listen, business in the front, party in the back.
There you go.
It's a mullet gravestone.
Yep.
Wow, fantastic.
This is a quote from the Cape Cod Times. Well, the curse
Okay.
sounds like something out of the Old Testament.
I mean, they're not wrong.
The words were written on her headstone in the 80s, and while Whalingport invokes images of Moby Dick's New Bedford, it actually refers to a housing association located near the ancient cemetery. She did it out of spite. Ted Baroncote of T.R. Baroncote Monuments in South Yarmouth said his father, the late David Baroncote, carved the inscription into her headstone.
Excellent.
She apparently thought
He was like, yeah, I'll do
yeah,
that.
she felt the entire neighborhood was against her, and recalling stories that his father told him, said that she lived alone and was known to be this interesting character and
Okay.
rubbed the neighbors the wrong way for feeding animals and taking care of animals. Some said she hosted too many cats because she
Okay.
was a crazy cat lady,
Okay.
which irritated the neighbors. Others claimed it was because she fed pigeons. So because
Okay.
she's feeding cats and pigeons, you all hated her?
I just I mean, I stand by what I said. Can people just get a fucking life?
Yeah. Local author and historian Haynes Mahoney, and a longtime resident of Whalingport community, said she had beef with his friend John Jackson, who lived behind her.
She had beef? Oh no.
He
Okay.
talked to me about her several times, usually with sort of amuse and annoyance, Mahoney said. She got angry with them for I don't know why. She would shine lights in their windows. She made a real nuisance of herself.
Okay, well that's a little weird.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
As a final FU to the neighborhood, she left a bulk of her estate to the Massachusetts Society of Prevention of Cruelty to Animals.
oh my god, yes. I love this bitch. I love it. Can you I feel bad that people were like treating her shitty
Yeah.
in life. The whole shit the whole like I'm gonna shine lights in the neighbor's windows. That's kind of weird. That's kind of
But
actually kind of creepy.
nobody else said that she did that. Only one neighbor did.
Okay,
So
so are they
really,
making
is
it
it
up?
true,
Yeah,
or are you just making rumors about this woman because you don't like her?
it's. I think it's very possible that it's that. Oh
As far
my,
as the curse goes, nobody has said anything has happened. One neighbor says there seems to be more pigeons than cats, though.
what more could we want?
Right? I think that's a really good. You guys made my life hell. I'm gonna curse you.
Here come the pigeons and cats. Oh my god, I love that.
I
What a woman.
I hope those pigeons poop on all their houses quite frequently.
So much bird shit. I hope it's all the bird shit.
I hope those cats constantly poop on their lawns. She was taking care of
So much
stray
cat
animals.
shit.
What's the
Oh my god, this is so funny. How did you find this person?
There's a woman I follow on TikTok who shares interesting grave sites.
I love that.
And this one really
I
caught my attention, and I needed to share it because it's odd and interesting, and it just spoke to my
that
soul
yes,
in
exact my
so
words
many
exactly.
ways. And really, I couldn't get over may eternal damnation be upon those in Whalingport, specifically, who, without knowing me, have maliciously vilified me. May the curse of God be upon them and theirs. Like, come on. That is
It's
so.
poetic.
She got the final word. Tell me she
Yes.
got the final word.
How long do you think she thought about that? Like
Oh,
like
she
years?
got it in because she lived alone.
Oh yeah.
She didn't have, from my understanding and my research, she didn't have any loved ones. She left her estate to
I mean, she left her estate
yeah.
to the yeah, right.
So like she planned out her own funeral. She planned out her own everything.
Oh my god, I would have thrown
She
such a party for this woman.
she had this. If I am ever in this area, I'm going to go visit her grave.
We have
This
to.
is
I'm
this is
saying we because we're gonna do it together,
well, yeah.
obviously.
So because it's on the East Coast, of course we are. But
Yeah.
but
I
like
mean, it's got to be.
she this is something she thought about and planned and plotted, and I applaud her greatly for this. And I hope she is taking care of the stray animals wherever she is.
I hope so too. I hope she's surrounded by like
In a
wonderful
way, I
little
think
like creatures.
it may be in heaven because she clearly did believe in God if she uses the term God in her
She
curse.
uses a
Yeah.
very
But, yeah, so, like, this one was so good. I was like, oh, nope, I'm using it. It's gotta be done.
that's amazing. I absolutely love that. What a good choice. Well
Yeah.
done.
So, like I said, it was short, but it was just so good. It was like, I'm like, this is so odd and amazing. It's gotta be
I
honored.
just the dedication. I just
The
oh my god,
dedication,
I just
the dedication from beyond the grave is phenomenal.
that's it. I love it. I love it. I
Chef's
nothing.
kiss.
Yeah,
I love it. The
zero
spite.
notes.
I
Yep.
love so much.
I'm going to
I
build an altar to this woman in my
right.
house.
I love a good spiteful woman, and you can't. You, it doesn't get better than
It's
that.
just,
It doesn't.
it doesn't. It doesn't. That's excellent. Thank you, Bestie. What
Mm-hmm.
a good topic.
Yep.
That warmed my heart. I have nothing related to this. I'm talking about government cheese.
All right, let's do it.
Government cheese. This is from Cousin Caitlin. Hi, Cousin Caitlin.
Hi, cousin Caitlin.
Now, she had
Oh my
said,
God, I know what you're talking about.
well, she had written in and said cheese in caves. And there are two,
I know what you're talking
there
about.
are,
I know what you're talking about.
there are in fact two routes I could have gone with this, so hopefully this is the right route. One is government associated cheese in caves. The other is simply growing and making cheese in caves. Which, when I told Corey I was covering this, that's the route he thought I was going. So he started talking to me about the process and the types of cheeses, and I was like, no, 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 no. We're talking about two very different things. So hopefully I'm doing you justice here, and this is what you wanted. Otherwise, I could talk about the other one from a scientific lens if we want. But if you had millions of pounds of cheese and butter and like dry milk powders, where would you keep it? Well, of course, if you're the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the USDA, it is to keep it in a series of caves outside of Springfield, Missouri.
Yep.
Yep. It's when you look into it, it's not quite as bizarre as it sounds.
It's a little
Like
bizarre.
so the USDA. I mean, it's fucking weird, but it's like there is like some logic here, right? So the USDA has a very large presence in Kansas City, Missouri. Found itself with millions of pounds of surplus dairy, and it needed a safe, climate controlled place to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And so they started to search locally, and then they're like, surprise, here's this set of caves alongside Interstate 435. It's a convenient cold storage option. So, caves aside, why is the government in this like decades long habit of hoarding cheese in the first place? And the answer to that question has actually like two parts, which is why it started and why it's still happening. It comes down to milk. The price of milk has always been volatile. It kind of jumps up and down based on supply, fluctuating demand, the classic supply and demand shit. But it also doesn't help that milk production naturally rises in the spring calving season, but demand for milk is generally at its highest in the fall when the school year starts again. To help, the government looked for ways to step in and calm the market. But because milk has a pretty short shelf life, they were like, we can't do much with the actual liquid product, so they turned to cheese. So in 1949, the USDA introduces the Dairy Product Price Support Program, also known as the Milk Price Support Program. Thank God they changed the name because what the fuck. Anyway, the price of dairy products had sunk too low for farmers. So when that happened, the USDA would offer up to buy the excess at a stable rate. And it bought millions of pounds of cheese, butter, and dry milk from producers who would otherwise have lost a lot of money if they were to solely rely on their regular retailers. And so the result would be that the dairy market theoretically would stabilize, producers would have steady income, and prices for the products would eventually rise. Then, once the prices of dairy products hit like 125% of the support price, the USDA would start selling off its stash in bulk. But that was a problem too, because the USDA was buying up cheese and it prevented the prices from dipping too low, but the department was also putting a ceiling on how high the prices could climb. And this was especially true during like the 1980s. And you ended up with prices not able to move out of either end of the spectrum, according to an agricultural economist at the University of Missouri. How does one become an agricultural economist? Pray tell. Anyway, it did create stable prices, but most folks weren't very happy with that kind of operation, and it was actually pretty costly on the governmental side of things. So then the USDA was like, okay, we got to pivot. Pivot! Pivot! So it started, that's the Friends reference. I hope
Yep.
you, okay. So It started reducing the support prices and buying less stock, but that didn't have a huge impact. So it moved to the next phase, which was getting rid of the automatic sell triggers. And instead of selling out its stores of dairy products when the prices climbed to 125% of the support price, it would leave it up to the Secretary of Agriculture to decide when to release the product. So then, of course, it becomes like a political football. How the hell are we going to release and handle these stocks of dairy? So, not only that, if the Secretary of Agriculture decided to hold on to stores past the previous 125% cutoff, the stocks would keep accumulating. And so the cheese and butter and dry milk would pile up, and then the USDA would have to scramble to deal with them before they spoiled. And it was like a very tricky balance to strike. So eventually, the USDA was like, okay, enough's enough. We're going to end the price support program in 2014. This went on for so long.
Jeez. I didn't know it went
Starting
that
from
long.
Yeah, from 1949 to 2014. So it kept hoarding the cheese, and in fact, it still does to this day. But now it's for use in food assistance programs. Much better.
Yeah.
Snaps.
We like that.
We like that. In the latest cold storage report, the USDA shows a little less than 1.5 billion pounds of cheese in storage, along with 355 million pounds of butter, 211 million pounds of pecans. I don't know why, but there they are. And just less than a billion pounds of French fries.
Okay, I didn't know the French fries.
If that's not America, I don't know what is. So, although the current iteration of cold storage isn't really like, I mean, it's no longer intended to stabilize prices, right? It can still theoretically have that effect because there's the theory of displacement. If the USDA purchases cheese to give out to Americans in need via food banks and food assistance programs, does that replace a purchase of cheese someone might have otherwise made? It's argued that it's not a one-to-one equivalence, but that there could be a spectrum of displacement. So, for instance, a person with a lower income were to receive a pound of cheese for free. That might not necessarily have an impact on their planned grocery purchase, as they might not have been able to afford cheese to begin with.
Yeah.
So maybe the next person comes along and they could have afforded half a pound, but they didn't buy that half pound because the government gave them like a whole pound. And so the commercial displacement with government cheese is somewhere between 0 and 1. Like the less it displaces, the more it helps market prices. Dairy farmers do get help from today's government purchases, but it's just hard to quantify what that help really is. And so, as with calming market prices, government cheese can also shoot prices up, like during the worst of COVID,
Yeah.
as we know. So, like, I don't know, let's even just look at like May of 2020, running up over into the next year. The USDA created food boxes to distribute to families struggling in a shitty economy. And so a portion of those boxes included, you guessed it, cheese and a bunch of other dairy products. And as a result, the government spent essentially billions of dollars. It was significant enough purchase that it drove cheese prices higher. And so the wholesale prices of cheese jumped dramatically, which was, I mean, supposedly an unintended consequence of the government's food assistance efforts. My trust with our government is like non-existent. So
Very thin.
not to get political about it, but like, I mean, yeah. So despite that, the USDA continues to hold millions of pounds of cheese and other like food resources in cold storage, but it's not quite as it seems. Like the 1.5 billion pounds of cheese, only about 300 million pounds of it actually belongs to the USDA. The rest is owned by private companies and stored by the USDA. So, yes, the government does in fact actually hoard billions of cheese, I guess wheels. I don't know what form the cheese is in, but billions of pounds of cheese in caves underneath Missouri. And at least for now, the goal is to theoretically help people with that stash. Should the government ever need to rid its stores quickly, perhaps stocking up on some bread would help, and we could just have a massive grilled cheese party.
There you go.
That's it.
Cheese.
And so,
Cheese everywhere.
yeah. Now, if we're talking about like the caves themselves, just to give you like a little bit more background, the cheese is kept. These caves. They're like hundreds of feet below ground. They are converted limestone mines in Missouri, and these cheese caves are kept at a perfect 36 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's impressive.
And they're just like hanging.
Yeah.
There's this other aspect to it too. If we look at like some of the cheese hoarding, so like in the 70s during a national dairy shortage, President Jimmy Carter was like, "Okay, I'm gonna pour a shitload of money into the dairy industry
Yeah.
so that production could increase and that the 30% inflation on dairy products could go down." Um, in doing so, they provided over $2 billion to the dairy industry. This primed them for overproduction, and then whatever cheese was not sold on the market would be purchased by the government to theoretically keep prices low. And then that in hand goes with to like the 80s, and then we had millions of pounds of cheese. Um, the Reagan administration also distributed 60 million 5-pound blocks of cheese for pickup by people at food banks and community centers.
Yep.
Um, yeah, and then by 2019, we were storing cheese blocks in numbers greater than I've ever seen before. And so we've just got a shitload of cheese. And theoretically, it's kind of an industry that's not necessarily growing on its own. Americans are consuming just a little over half the amount of dairy that we were 30 years ago. And 36% of Americans are lactose intolerant. And so, honestly, I kind of feel like maybe they should stop funding
Yep.
at the level that they are because something's not quite adding up. But yeah, anyway, we've got a bunch of cheese in Missouri. The end. That's the government cheese, the cheese in caves.
We have a bunch of cheese in the chef's belly.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked at the U.S. map and Missouri is like, it looks like a chef's belly?
No, I literally have never thought of it that way.
I have to show you a picture.
Yeah, all right, let me look. I'm going to look. Map of the United States. First of all, I am terrible with geography. I almost said geology because I watched Erin Brockovich this week, and at the beginning she's like, "Yeah, and that's when I developed a love of geology," but she meant geography. She's like, "Yeah, maps." Oh my god, I see it. I see it, and that's fried chicken. I love that. That's awesome. But yeah, we've got a shitload of cheese in the chef's belly, as you said.
Yep.
There it is. This was when I received this topic, I was like,
What the?
I didn't know anything. Yeah, I was like, what the hell is this? I didn't know anything about it.
I knew this because of my ties to Missouri.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, why?
I know about this because of my ties to Missouri, but also because of TikTok.
Because of TikTok?
Yep.
Wow, you're finding out all this shit on TikTok. Our For You pages are no longer
This was
lined up.
a solid year ago that I saw this.
Oh my god, surprise.
And I did add it to my topic list, so I'm going to cross it off now.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Gotcha.
It's fine.
Oh my god. It was fun to research though. I mean, I literally had no idea. Did not know this existed.
It's fun facts for you.
Here we go. We just gotta leave it to America. Tons of cheese underground. What can we say?
Who knew?
Here we are. Do you think there's like more nefarious reasons behind all of this?
I don't trust the government.
Yeah, I know. If we're getting conspiracy theory,
Yeah.
like it's I have like some question marks.
Yeah. Just
I do.
why?
Yeah,
Yes.
just
Yes.
it's like a little micromanagey, little it's all a little right. Okay,
Yeah.
good. All right, so we're on the same page then.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we've got for you kids today. We've got the world's most spiteful woman, and
From the
deservedly
grave.
so, from the grave, and cheese in caves.
What an
What-
episode.
If this isn't Oddities, I don't know what is.
There you go.
We love to see it. And until next time.
Stay strange.